Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you're having a great day today. Really gross, crappy day here in Vancouver with the weather, but it's rain, it's not snow, so I don't mind too much. So here is my latest tattoo. I don't know if you can see it very good, but it's a nice, colorful rose done by Eric Brenning from Black Rider Tattoo. Favorite tattoo artist. He's awesome. If you're interested, I can give you the information to contact him if you want to get something done by him. He's really, really good. He's done pretty much everything that I have on my body, which is quite a bit. So the topic for today is about hunger. So I've talked to some people before, and they've told me that even though they know that they're getting enough calories in the day, they still feel like they're hungry all the time. Like they'll eat and they still feel hungry. And it's frustrating because they don't really want to increase their calorie intake, because if they're taking in more than they're using, then that can lead to weight gain, which is not usually something that most of my clients are interested in doing. So they don't know what to do, but they're feeling hungry. When you feel hungry, of course, you want to eat. So I thought I would talk about some reasons why you might be feeling hungry, and see if maybe you can correct that to solve that problem. Hi, Janet. Hey, Ryan. So the first one is if you're not getting enough quality nutrients. So we actually live in a time where there are a bunch of people who are overweight. Some are morbidly obese, but they're undernourished, which sounds weird. When you see someone who's overweight, you don't think undernourished, but they are, and that's the problem. That's why they're gaining weight. So what happens is when your body is not getting the nutrients that it needs, it sends you signals to eat more in hopes that you're going to provide those nutrients. So it's telling you, eat more food, I need these nutrients. So if you're grabbing food that's devoid in nutrients, so you're grabbing junk food or something and you're putting that into your body's like, okay, I guess that was food, but still missing these nutrients, so I need you to eat some more. And it just keeps driving you to eat more and more. So what happens is you're consuming a bunch of calories that your body doesn't need, and you're not giving it the nutrients that it does need. So important to get proper nutrition. It took me a lot of years to learn that. In my 20s, I was more about like, have to cut calories, have to exercise more, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't until I took a nutrition course and learned about the importance of nutrition and experienced it myself. And you guys, like, if you're not eating nutrient-dense foods and getting the nutrients that you need, you're gonna feel hungrier because your body needs those nutrients. So it's going to drive you to eat more food. And don't think that you can eat crappy food and then take fistfuls of vitamins and you're going to be healthy, because chances are those vitamins, you're not even absorbing what's in them, and they probably don't have enough of what you need anyways, especially if you're going for the cheaper vitamins. There's a reason why they're cheaper, is because your body doesn't absorb them as well. The ingredients aren't high quality. So when you see cheap vitamins, leave them. And for the most part, I mean, if you're depending on vitamins for your nutrition, there's a problem there. You need to have healthy foods. You need to include a lot of superfoods. Personally, I have my shake every day. It's a superfood shake, and it provides me with all the nutrients that I need, because I was one of those people who would buy the big giant bucket of protein powder thinking, okay, this is going to make me healthy as long as I take this big handful of vitamins with it. And seriously, I would take a handful of vitamins every single day. I would choke them down. I'd drink my crappy shake. And I thought, yeah, I'm really healthy now. And then when I learned more about nutrition, I was finally able to figure out why I wasn't feeling good, why I was so low in energy, why I wasn't getting the results that I wanted, why I was getting sick a lot, and all of that. So I switched over to this really nutrient-dense nutrition shake. It's not a protein shake, it's a nutrition shake, and it provides me with what I need. And the other thing with taking vitamins, I mean, you might be taking high-quality vitamins even, you might be eating good food, but maybe you're missing the proper probiotic. So if the flora in your gut is off balance and you don't have enough of the good flora, and those good bugs are killed off by antibiotics. So if you've been taking antibiotics, you also kill the good bugs in your gut. So what happens is you're not even able to absorb food properly. You have to have the proper balance in your gut in order to be able to absorb nutrients properly. And I'm telling you, when you're able to absorb all the nutrients from your food, you're not going to feel hungry because you're getting the nutrition that you need. It's just, a matter of providing your body with that nutrition and making sure that your body is actually able to absorb it. So it gets a little bit complicated, but basically, you need to have superfoods in your diet, and you need to not put your nutrition on the bottom of your list. So if you're going to invest in something, it's got to be your health and your nutrition, because I really strongly believe it's everybody's responsibility and obligation to take care of their health and be healthy, because people are depending on you for certain things. People need you to be your best, and if you're not taking care of your health and you're getting sick and you're not able to do what you need to do, it's really a huge disservice to yourself and your loved ones. So you need to make that a priority. And I get really frustrated. You might be able to tell because I'm going on and on about this, but I do get frustrated when people say, oh, it's too expensive to eat healthy, I can't afford to have a superfood shake or whatever. But, if you look at what you are spending money on, the things that you are spending your money, even take, a week to write down every single thing you spend money on, and then look at that and see if there's something that you could take out and spend that money on your health instead. So for instance, maybe you're going to stop buying your coffee out. So you're going to start making your own coffee at home and bringing that with you. Or maybe you're going to eat out less or order in less. Make some sacrifices so that you can put your health number one, top of the list. And, when your nutrition and your health is all working well, you feel amazing, your head is clear, you feel more productive, you've got energy, you want to do things, you're excited about stuff, your body feels good, your joints aren't all achy, your mood is better, you're not, cranky or depressed or anxious. Like, it's huge, you guys. You really need to have that proper nutrition. If you want to chat more with me about it, please feel free to contact me. I'm happy to chat about it. I hope that I haven't made you feel like you don't want to talk to me about it, because I'm getting a little passionate about it, but it's what I do for a living, so that's why I'm very passionate about it. And the fact that I went from unhealthy to healthy, so, unhealthy physically and mentally to healthy physically and mentally, and it was all through nutrition. I exercised my ass off for years and years and still felt like crap because my nutrition was not dialed in. So it was the nutrition that really put me over the top. So Robin, you're saying anxiety and depression can feel like hunger. Yeah, so that would be more of an emotional kind of hunger, because you're trying to make those bad feelings go away, and that's definitely huge. And the fact that your nutrition can affect your mood, if you're eating poorly and it's causing anxiety and depression, and that's causing you to want to eat more, and you're eating more foods that are not good for you, it's just a vicious cycle, and I was in it for a long time, for years, and I look back on those days and I think, oh, thank goodness I'm not there anymore. I'm so glad I'm where I'm at. I'm so glad I took the time and invested the time into my health, invested some money into my health. It was, it was the best thing I could have done. So I'm going to move on to the next one so that I don't bore you with more nutrition talk. Hey, Angel, how's it going? So the next one. If you are drinking sweetened beverages, you need to stop, because they are a huge source. They're like the largest source of high fructose corn syrup. And high fructose corn syrup can actually trick your brain into craving other foods. And don't think, oh, I'll just have the sugar-free one with the chemical sweetener. No, it does pretty much the same thing. It tricks you into craving more foods. So if you're drinking sweetened beverages, that's something you want to look at getting rid of. The money you save on that, you can spend on healthier food choices. So yeah, just getting those out of your diet. If you want to add something to your water, like have water with fresh squeezed lemon or lime or any kind of citrus fruit, you can flavor your water that way. Just look for an alternative, because those sweetened drinks they're death, like literally death. If you eat a lot of canned foods, that could be an issue as well. What about Sprite Zero? No, Angel, sorry. Any pop and stuff like that, like even the sugar-free stuff, it's just the chemicals that they put in there. It messes with your hormones, for one thing. It messes with how your brain works, causing you to crave foods. When you taste something sweet, your body and brain kind of automatically expect a certain amount of calories. So if you're drinking something that's sweet and those calories aren't going in, it really confuses your body and it just throws everything out of whack. And I used to love Diet Pop. I think it was Coke Zero or whatever it was. Loved it. I like almost lived on it. And when I learned more about it, I stopped drinking it very quickly because what it can do to your health is it just really scary stuff. So canned foods. Many canned foods are high in BPA, which the Food and Drug Administration stated was a chemical of some concern. But that's nice that they let it be put into our foods anyways. That's just like the FDA. I won't even go into that because that's another one I'm very passionate about. But what BPA can do is it can actually cause abnormal surges in leptin, which is a hormone that helps you control your hunger. So if it's causing these abnormal surges, it's actually going to cause cravings as well. So try to stay away from canned foods. I know it's convenient and stuff like that, but don't depend on canned foods for your nutrition. So try to limit it as much as possible. Or if you're handy, which I am not, you can do your own canning and do that in glass jars, and that would be a much healthier alternative. Yeah, Ryan, you are what you eat. And it's so true. I mean, think about that. Everything you put into your body, those are the tools that you're giving your body to rebuild itself out of. And our bodies are constantly rebuilding themselves, rebuilding cells, and just everything is turning over. And your body is using the things that you're putting in. So if you think like building a house, if you build a house and you cheap out on those materials, sure, it looks fine and everything's good for a little while. And then it starts breaking down and you have the whole leaky condo mess that we went through years ago. Whereas if you use, you spend the money, you get really good material to build your house, you've got a house that's going to last for a long, long time and look good and be totally functional. Your body, it's the same way. So what you're putting into it is what it's going to make itself out of. So think about that, like really think about that. Get that into your head. That might really help to motivate you to stay away from foods that are not so healthy. Because it seems innocent enough to eat something that's not healthy, tastes good or whatever, but when you think about what's actually happening once it goes into your body, sometimes that's enough to turn that craving right off. A lot of sodium in canned food? Yes, Angel, tons of sodium in canned food. That's the other problem too. So especially if you have any kind of blood pressure issues, if you don't, you might develop some if you're eating a lot of canned foods. I do use some canned foods every now and then, so if I'm having canned salmon, I actually rinse it for a while and get most of the salt off. I don't have it very often because I don't really like to have it. Sometimes it's like, there's nothing else. It's a quick, easy meal. But yeah, rinse the salt off because there's a lot in it. So another thing that can cause you to feel hungry is if you don't eat enough breakfast, or worse yet, you skip it. So they find that people who skip breakfast or eat a very low-calorie breakfast actually experience higher blood sugar and insulin levels later on in the day. And what that does is that causes cravings. So have a good breakfast, really nutritious breakfast. That's when I have my superfood shake, because that's when I want big dose of nutrition to start me off. And also, I don't want to eat solid food at 4 o'clock in the morning because I have to teach. So that's why I have that for breakfast. But yeah, it's made a huge difference in my nutrition for sure. What if I don't get hungry much? That's another thing. And I struggled with that for years. I kind of messed up my whole system where I didn't know if I was hungry or if I was full. Like I really couldn't tell what I was feeling. And that took a while to get through. What I did was I just kind of scheduled my eating kind of like as almost like medication. So it's like, okay, it's this time I'm going to have this. And I did that for a while. Can't remember how long it took. It took a little while because I had to repair my metabolism because of the damage that I had done. So I just kind of scheduled it. I made myself stick to the schedule, and eventually things started working properly again, and I was able to tune into my hunger and my full signals from my body. So yeah, that can be a little bit tough, because if you're not hungry very much and you're not eating, or you forget to eat or whatever, that can really kind of mess with your metabolism and the whole works. So getting that back under control too, you should throughout the day, you should feel like, okay, now I need food. Like, don't let yourself go to a point where you're starving, but get to a point where you feel like, okay, yeah, I need some food now because I'm getting hungry. Like, it's a, you know, you want to feel a bit hungry. But if you're going all day and you're not even thinking about it, it might be something that you'll need to do, is just to kind of schedule in when you're going to eat, stick to the schedule, make sure it's healthy food, and then your body will eventually start to sort that out. Hi, Anne, how's it going? So the other one, and I've talked about this before, is if you're dehydrated. So quite often when you think you're hungry, you're actually thirsty. So if you've eaten something not too long ago and you feel like you're hungry again already, and you're thinking, wow, you know, I just ate, I shouldn't be hungry, try drinking a glass of water, and that might take care of it. So see if it's just thirst. If you drink that glass of water and you're still hungry, then, you know, have something small to eat, because maybe you didn't have enough to eat at that last meal. And then the worst one, I know I'm guilty of this, is you're just bored. So, you know, you're sitting there, you're bored, you're watching TV, and next thing you know, you're eating something just out of pure boredom. So that is a really bad habit of mine. I have to work really hard to break that one. That was a tough one. And what I did was I found alternative activities. So when I started feeling bored, it's like, okay, I'm going to check my email, or I'm going to go and do something that's going to keep my hands and my mind busy for, you know, a good 10 to 20 minutes. And usually after that, it's like, okay, I'm not craving anything. I don't feel like I want to eat. Because I distracted myself. So, if you're sitting there and you haven't, you know, you're feeling a little bit bored and you're thinking that you're hungry, just try doing some other activity. Try to distract yourself for about 20 minutes and see if that goes away. Because eating out of boredom is the worst, because it totally turns into mindless eating, and next thing you know, you've eaten that entire giant bag of Doritos and you're feeling kind of bad about it. So yeah, have alternative things in mind. It could be anything, something you enjoy doing, maybe crossword puzzles, I don't know, checking your email, checking out Facebook, just something that keeps your hands and your mind busy for a good, like, 20 minutes should be good. So that's it. Those were the ones that I wanted to talk about that stuck out in my head the most, particularly the nutrition part. So I can't stress enough how important it is to have proper nutrition, so that your body is working properly, you're getting your nutrients. When you're absorbing nutrients properly, you're going to feel more energetic. Your cravings go away because you're not lacking in nutrients. As long as you're eating a healthy diet and your body's absorbing those nutrients, you're not going to have those cravings. And it'll really change your entire life. So again, if you want to chat more, I'm always available. You can message me, you can email me, info@holyfit. You can always reach me on Facebook. You know, I'm on here a lot. So I've got to run. Oh, Angel, if you want to catch the rest, I think you can actually rewind this video, like go right back to the beginning once I finish it. I'm not sure if you can do it while it's going live, but you'll be able to rewatch it. Or you can go to my blog, so holyfit.ca, it's WHOLEYFIT.ca, and it will be there. It'll be, I'm just going to post it right now after I finish this video. So if you can't find it, just send me a message and I'll help you find it. So I got to run, get set up for my class, and you guys have a great evening. I'll talk to you real soon.